It's all going down in Newcastle.
You don't want to miss this one.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Ignatious, and some very special guests. Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
you get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.
Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. I'm here with the big man himself, Franklin Ignatious. Franklin, you're back in the North East for another fight against somebody from the North East this time, Steve Robinson, who had impressive winners last time out. What can we expect?
Expect fireworks, expect explosiveness, and expect an improved and even better Franco.
That being said, you said improved. We're going to see a stoppage in this one. You predicted a stoppage at the press conference, so are you lying to me or you're telling me the truth?
No, I really think so. I think, just from a skill perspective, the man's too exposed, man. I'm literally looking at a guy that just stands there and is acting like he's a pub bro. Do you know what I mean? It's just, it's ridiculous. And I feel like from where I've come on from the Hosea fights, like I was saying, I didn't get a chance to say in the press conference, but essentially it's been 6 months. 6 months is a long time. And in that 6 months I've been developed in the gym, you know. I'm looking different. Better shape, you know what I mean?
Six-pack?
Yeah, come on, man, I'm in great shape. So, you know, and more importantly, my skills have also developed. And I think that's what it literally come down to on the Saturday, that you're just going to be a more skillful operator against a B-level opponent.
Well, Steve Robinson, obviously, you sized him up there. He's a lot taller than you. It's a totally different fight from Hosea. Hosea was running at the same height, a lot bigger in terms of size and heavier. Maybe Steve's taller and a little bit lighter, so obviously a totally different opponent from what you faced the last two fights. So, are you expecting anything different from Steve?
Yes and no. It's different in the sense of the attributes you mentioned, but it's not different in the sense that one is someone that's just another guy, and two, you know, the height won't make a difference. Ironically, when I was actually up close, I didn't really feel that much of a height difference simply because my regular sparring partner is just as tall. Do you know what I mean? I would even say it might be even on par with each other. So I don't feel like it will actually make a difference on the night. Not at all. The height will be irrelevant.
Frank, when we talk about the heavyweight scene, we always talk about the big guys at the top, the Tysons, the Usyks, the Joshuas, the Whytes, Deontay Wilders. Now we also talk about the domestic scene. We mentioned Solomon Dakers, Fabio Wardleys, Fraser Clarks. When are we going to start mentioning Franklin Ignatious in amongst them?
Listen, I'm coming up now, man. This is my 7th fight, and all I'm doing is staying busy and grabbing opportunities in front of me. And I think we're in a very, very near future, you're going to be seeing me knocking on doors for titles.
That's what I said. I'm going to talk about the domestic scene right now. It's an exciting scene for the British heavyweights. Like I said, these names that we've got, the Fabio Wardleys, the Fraser Clarks, the Solomon Dakers. There's some brilliant names out there, Matt Harris's as well, yourself. It's going to be a new era for British boxing and heavyweight scenes, because obviously we talk about the Joshuas, the Whytes. There are maybe a couple of fights left on the way out, but we need more names coming through. Is that Franklin Ignatious?
Yes, I agree. I'm definitely up right there in the mix, and I think, you know, quality performances like what I'm more than capable of producing on Saturday, I think will convince people I deserve to be in that conversation.
Frank, I'm going to have to get your thoughts on it since it's happening. We've just had Dillian Whyte Joshua announced. I'll get your thoughts on that. We've got big Tyson Fury facing Francis Ngannou. We've got Usyk versus Dubois. I mean, it seems all these big guys are starting to fight now, but for you, I'm going to stop with Joshua Whyte 2, the rematch, or the third fight, however you want to look at it. Your thoughts?
Honestly, I think it makes sense for everyone involved. Like Dylan, I think Dylan's just happy to grab the payday, and you know, because I think like he's come to a point in his career where he's thinking, I'm ready to retire essentially. I think for Joshua, this will be a confidence builder if he can do what he's supposed to do to then push on to Wilder, assuming that fight gets made. And I think even if Dylan didn't exactly get everything he asked for, I think he got the best he could have got in the situation he's in right now. So I think, like I said, it works for everyone involved.
Usyk Dubois, I mean, Dubois is a young kid coming through. Usyk's in his mid-30s now.
Listen,
is the old dog got it still?
Listen, man, it's a mismatch. I'll say how it is. I'm not going to mince no damn words, yeah. Look, I like both guys, yeah, but ultimately it's a mismatch. I just think the one thing you can't take away from Dubois is that he's got a punch, and in the heavyweight division, sometimes that's all it takes, if you can land that. But I see the way Usyk deals with Joshua, his powers of recovery, his boxing skill is top notch. If you don't get him out with that one shot that you land, he's going to recuperate like this. Do you know what I mean? And I think, like, from based on what I'm seeing, I just can't see how the world will pull it off. But hey, it's boxing, man. Crazier things have happened. Buster Douglas, you know what I mean? Crazy shit has happened. So, you know, he might pull it off, but from what I'm seeing the outside looking in, I can't see it.
Let's talk about it then. Obviously, for me, I want Tyson Fury to face Usyk or Joshua. That's the two fights I want him to see. But he's facing the hardest puncher in the world, apparently, in Francis Ngannou. Talk to me about it. Talk to me.
That, man, that's useless. Look. Let's keep it real, yeah? MMA fighter is like a fish out of water in boxing. It's completely different. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm not gonna sit here and say I would understand how to handle myself in an octagon. Do you know what I mean? The kicking, the wrestling, all of that is a completely foreign environment. But at the same time, an MMA guy coming in, the footwork, just the footwork alone, dealing with the jab, it's different. You don't even know what you're looking at. You're trying to figure yourself out and you're getting pinged off. And I would have said Conor McGregor was actually one of the better strikers in the UFC, and look what Floyd done to him. Do you know what I mean? And that's not to say, no offense to Ngannou, and I love Ngannou, he's a good fighter. I like the MMA scene, but he's more of a guy that will slap you and knock you out than he is a technical striker. So Fury is just using it as a show, because that's exactly what it is, a show. And I hope, I don't know how it is, but I hope that is not being mentioned as a heavyweight title defense, because it shouldn't be. Because as a boxing fan, I genuinely want to see the best fight. Do you know what I mean? That's flipping now, I'm fighting myself. I want to see good competition. That's what we're here for. That's why I'm fighting the fight I'm fighting on Saturday, because it gets your blood up. As a fan and as a competitor, you want someone to make you think, you know what, I have something to prove here. With Ngannou, Fury has nothing to prove. Nothing. It's like the sparring partner, less than that even. So no, the fight is a non-entity, but like I said, financially I understand when the money-making business is prize fighting, so he's getting paid, and I'm sure Ngannou as well is getting well remunerated. It's in Saudi, if I'm not mistaken. Exactly. So the Saudi money is probably involved. So, you know, fair play to both of them, and I wish them all the best. But I'm not interested in the fight.
You know what, Franklin, I like that you don't mince your words, you speak the truth, and I like that. That's what fans are going to adhere to, so keep speaking the truth, big man. But back to you then. Steve Robinson, you need my fist bump. I'm not finished with you yet, big man. I'm not finished with you yet. Steve Robinson, obviously a big heavyweight. He's got a good win in his last out in there. He's in his home city, home northeast anyway. What can we expect from Franklin?
Literally, I think, like I said before, the main difference here with boxing skill, you're going to be seeing a sharper Franklin. Like me and my team now, we've been together for a year. You know, and I feel like everything we're doing is really gelling to me. Gelling to my DNA, my system, and I feel like that's actually starting to show in my performances in the gym. Obviously, gym and fight night is always different, but I believe, as I've already proven, the pressure of fight night actually tends to make me rise to the occasion rather than will. You know what I mean? And I think this will be another example of that.
And I'm looking forward to it, because that little bit of beef that you created in there, that's what we enjoy, that's what we need. So, listen, Franklin, thank you so much, brother, and good luck Saturday night. No doubt I'll see you at the weigh-in tomorrow. So, see you then, mate. Cheers, mate. Thank you.
It's all going down in Newcastle.
You don't want to miss this one.
Join us for the very first IFL Live at London's Indigo at the O2, Sunday, August the 13th, with me, Cassius, and some very special guests, Eddie Hearn, Darren Barker, Johnny Fisher, and more. Tickets now on sale. So in the words of Eddie Hearn,
You get up, you dress up, and you fucking show up.